What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Chaos Toys or Beyond 6 Inches Chaos National Defender. Now, this is a 1/12 figure, so 6 inch, and this is their version of Superman. So, this Superman, I love Superman. He's my all time favorite. This is supposed to be reminiscent of the Frank Miller run from Batman Dark Knight Returns. So, I'm pretty excited to check this guy out because it looked pretty awesome. But here's the packaging. Nice square, sturdy box. I like this. Pretty simple, slim box. Not going to take up a lot of space. You got a nice graphic here on the front. Got the side, National Defender, 001. Got the back. That makes me think of like Red Sun whenever I glance at it. And then, it tells you a little bit about Chaos. You got the other side. Let's get it open and check it out. All right, so when you open the packaging, it's just a slip cover, so it'll slide straight off. And then you get the clamshell there, but you get these instructions. Just kind of telling you a little bit about what you're getting and how it works, because you got interchangeable heads, but I guess there's going to be a light up feature in there. Just telling you kind of how to put the battery in, that sort of thing. That's it for the instructions. Then you got the figure here in its little plastic clamshell. Slide them out of there. So you got a nice little clamshell here. Figure, 2 head sculpts, different hands. Batman head. Do not eat that. You got the cape in the back. Get him open. So comes in this little plastic bag here. Kind of strange to put it in an entire bag. You don't really see that. All right. And first glance at the Superman he is awesome. He's jacked. Very, very cool. I want to keep messing with it, but we're going to start with the accessories like we normally do. All right. Oh, so it does come with batteries. Really cool. Like that. Appreciate that. We've got this little kryptonite arrow. Really nice green on there, translucent, but it's a nice color. The feathers look really nicely done. Little wash in there. Little flimsy. Got to be careful with that. So that'll snap. You get this really cool Batman head. His armor. Beat up. Some nice detail in there. All broken up, everything like that. Looks good. And a magnet in there. I'm assuming that's what to fit on top of the Batman figure, which I don't have. So I won't be able to put that on anything. You got some awesome hands here. I love these hands. Yeah. That sculpt, man. You're choking somebody, and again, they're so expressive with this. Reaching for something. Hand me that. Man, this sculpt right here is like everything. Wow. I love that. It's more exaggerated than like Spider-Man hands that I really like with the open palm. Like these are a little bit more expressive than that. That's really cool. Even like shooting something, maybe like blocking it with your hand, catching a hand or a fist or something. Very cool. Let me tilt this over and get these out a little better. Extra head sculpting. All right, so we got flying hands. Really nicely done, nicely sculpted, both hands. We've got more grabbing hands, grasping hands. These are so nice. I love these hands. Crushing something. I love these hand sculpts, and I wish we can get more of these in something like a Legends or any figure really. You've got this one here. I believe this is for like when he's catching the arrow. You can put anything in there. Then you've got a couple of head sculpts here. You've got this really angry head. It's very creepy with the dark eyes. Now this is where I believe the batteries are going to come in and light up those eyes like they're using his heat vision. But for now, they look kind of like dead eyes, which is kind of creepy. But the sculpt looks really nice. The hair, dark with a little bit of a blue dry brushing in there. Teeth, everything. Really nicely done. The other head sculpt. A little bit of the gritting teeth. Not sure how I feel about that. Or like he's straining to do something or trying to be intimidating, I guess, but I don't know. Of the two, maybe I would use the battery one. I'm not sure. But I like the regular one that he has on him. Same thing, black hair, blue dry brush in there. Got the nice swoop on there. Interesting. Not bad though. Looks really good. I mean, you got the little wrinkles in the brow and around the face, the nose. It looks really good. Really nice sculpts though. Let's take a look at the figure himself. Now for Superman himself, he looks very awesome. I mean, I love that face sculpt. Neutral but serious. Like, don't try me. He is jacked. Look at that. And every bit of that is coming through. I love they got the suit right with the low lying, so his traps are more exposed. And one thing I've always liked about Superman for some reason is like when he doesn't have a cape on and he's just like this, I really love that for some reason. But I love how wide they got the S on his chest. That's very cool. I don't like it when it's too small, the emblem. The pants are sculpted and not cloth, which is really nice. I think I've had a couple cloth ones that just seem like they fall down a lot more. It just looks good. Got a nice fabric suit all the way down, feels good. Nice boots, shading in there. Red with that little darker red. And the boots around. Little folds in the trunks. Folds here. Like some sculpted lines in there. Kind of runs with the legs a little bit, and the rest of it looks really good. Yeah, he's awesome looking. I love this. And we got his cape here. A nice fabric. It's pre-folded. No wires. Oh wait. Yep, little wire here on the ends. They're like flat wires. We'll see how that works. Feels nice right there. And we've got these little clips here for the end. We'll see how that goes. What's it clipping into? We'll have to see. Yeah, nice fabric. Like the emblem on the back. You don't always get that, but I love it when it's there. Let's get the cape on them and then maybe go through some articulation. So we're going to run through the articulation without the cape, just so we can look at it a little bit better. So here we got the, pop that head off. So you got not a ball joint on there, but it lets it sit on there really nice. You've got a ball down here in the base of the neck, but it lets you look pretty far down, like way down. Now it does look strange from the side, but if you're gonna do a pose like that, like maybe he's floating in the air, just looking down at somebody, you'll be looking at it from this end or from the front, and you won't really, maybe he's looking down on top of somebody. You won't really see that. I love that he can get that range there, and he goes back pretty good, so you can see like flying poses, good flying poses. You get some tilt here, and a little bit there. So it moves around, and it feels very strong in there. Like, that's cool. T pose. We're going past T, which is great. Don't feel any butterfly joints in there. Upper bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, but it's only going to about 90. You get a diaphragm. I believe this is the Atom body, like a third party, like custom body. Like you can get a blank body and make different customs what you want. But check out that diaphragm. That diaphragm works really nice. You get a ball waist, and it works really nice together. So you can get like a really cool uh, pose like that. And it looks natural because of like the way the fabric will even go with it. Really cool. You get leg will go forward about that far. Looks like it's getting some resistance from the plastic sculpted trunks, which is the downside to having the sculpted trunks. And it looks like mine has a little tear in there. I'm not sure what to do about that, but that is something to note. Let's see. Double jointed knees. Go back about that far. Yeah, that's gonna bother me. Just knowing that that's there. So that's a downside. That sucks. This figure is kind of hard to find right now. So I don't know about like as far as replacements go or anything like that. You got a hinge, pivot, the foot and ankle. Kind of catches part of the boot on this side. But not bad. It's good enough to where that can also assist you in holding a pose instead of getting worn down. But yeah, that's it for his articulation. Here is Superman with the cape in. So if you pull this part of his shirt down a little bit, there's these little holes right there in his chest. And you just slide the ends of the cape in there. And it looks good like this. There is a downside to it is the way that the cape is. You kind of see this gap here a lot. Like it'll end up like this, and that just looks weird. It doesn't drape as well as I would like it to. Maybe this needs to be pulled out a little bit more so it can cover that part of them. But when you do that, like if I pull this out to the side, then the end of it starts to come out of where it was pegged in. And it looks good. And I mean, I think that might hold, but that's just something to note there. But it does look good. And there it is from the back. You got those folds in there. And you can see right there, it popped out because I had it pulled it out to try to angle it to cover. But yeah. And these are the little slots that I was saying in the chest. And that's all it does is just kind of peg in there like that. Same thing with the other side. Not hard to do at all. So I do like that. Like there's an ease to it because you can kind of bring this down. And it's got a little bit of reinforcement around the neck, but and you get the little gap like that. I'm not sure how you would feel about it. Yeah, you can flow that cape any way you want to though. Like that's pretty cool. our stuff on there. Try flying here. Something like that, maybe. Clear stand, nice clear stand, something like that. I like that you got enough room here to kind of get the arm up because this body is like super articulated. I'm not going to worry about the cape as much just because I'm going to be flying through some of these parts and pieces. Got this hand. I like that one a little bit more. Like he's going to be catching a punch and then countering sort of thing. Try to make it look a little nice. Make that cape flow a little bit more since flying at it. Yeah, how's that? This reminds me of that, what's that cover? Is it like 1,000? Like 1,000 bullets type thing? Or that cover where it's like it's a Jim Lee cover where everything, like all these bullets, missiles, everything's flying at them. And it's just kind of there catching everything. Like that looks awesome. Love that. And you just mix and match. Throw what you want to throw on there. Very cool. And then there's the arrow. Slide that in there. Let's use that head sculpt. Cut the arrow and then it explodes. Kryptonite gas. So very, very awesome. Oh yeah, that's going to be a great pose right there. I'll use that later. So I'm going to show this look like this. So you put the batteries in there, which is kind of tough to put in there. But once you get it going, this helmet here, that magnet, when you put it next to the head sculpt, it like turns it on. I don't know how that exactly works. But very, very, very interesting. But then you get the glowy eyes. And there's the bottom of it. Just gotta figure out how it all goes together. Pretty tough. Because it doesn't really sit like this all the way down. So I don't know if it's just because I have things lined up weird, but yeah, that's what it would kind of look like. Which looks really cool. Really gives you that angry effect. I just don't know if like is there supposed to be a way to turn it off with this thing also? Like you can see nothing's happening. So I don't know. Very interesting. Got to figure that one out. All right. So here is the Chaos Defender Superman next to a couple of my Mezco Supermans. So this is my Christopher Reeve one, and then we have the Man of Steel version. And I mean, his size is just so drastic between them. He's like very imposing, which I love, and I think a lot of people want that in their Superman, just to be, again, like that presence. I mean, just standing there, it's like, don't try anything. Now, looking at the suits, they got the cloth trunks. I think I do prefer the sculpted trunks here, and then you can see the difference in the size of the S. And I do prefer the classic logo, but I want it to be as large as this one. You can see the capes are done differently. This one's got a wired cape, just kind of how it's been sitting. It doesn't really drape the way that I want it to. You can see the way the boots look. The differences in the blues. I prefer the lighter blue also. But yeah, they look good. Got the S curl. And he's just taller, bulkier, everything. The cape is longer. They got their logos on the back. Again, I love this logo more. But it's very cool to get another Superman like that. It's always going to be those little things. Again, this is more like the Frank Miller artwork, so it's going to be hulking, but he's been drawn that way in the comics, like outside of Frank Miller stuff before, also. So um, I think that's the look that I prefer, to be a little bit larger, not quite as small as this figure is, the Christopher Reeve, but maybe this one, but a little bit taller would have been nice. And then for another comparison, we've got him next to the Muff Toys Clark Kent, which is a little bit closer in size, and then he's got the overcoat and everything that makes him look even bigger in there. So kind of matches. And this one can stand up taller. It's got that neck adjustment, so you can make it look like he's slouching like he normally does. And then you can also, when you're transforming him, to show the S suit underneath his Superman suit, you can stand him more straight up and have him become more presence like that. So really, really cool. And then here he is next to a Mezco Batman. So definitely taller than the bigger than the Mezco figures. All right, so that's going to be it for this review. I think the figure is awesome. That Atom body looks like a really great blank body. This is my first time handling it. I'm pretty sure this is the Atom body. Um, if not, this is a really good body underneath. The articulation is really good. Um, I like the soft goods. I like what they chose. I do like the sculpted trunks. I do wish that I can get more movement of the legs going forward. The trunks do kind of hinder that just a little bit. I don't know if it could have been sculpted a little bit better, or with a little give here, or um, softer, maybe to give more flex, or like maybe drop down legs and that all that together. I'm not sure, but right now I think it is a really really nice figure. The head sculpts look amazing. The size of him, he has the real good presence. You get the hand options, you get the light up eyes, you get the different looks, and again, the presence of him is really awesome. He's just really imposing, kind of what you want from Superman. And yeah, I just like this figure. It looks really cool. Again, mine did have the torn uh, fabric near the crotch area. Um, this is like a, we're gonna call it third party figure. Yeah, I don't know how it goes about trying to get something like that replaced, because it is hard to find. It might be even sold out everywhere. I don't even know. Or the price on them has probably jumped up like crazy, because it is a really awesome figure, and I think people will be trying to track it down now. maybe people didn't know it was coming out at first. So yeah, I think the hunt for it will be a little crazy at first, but yeah, it's a really nice figure. I think they did a pretty good job, and hopefully, I showed enough of him for you to get a really good idea of how he is, what you're getting, and is it worth paying an increased price, or is it worth just regular price, or whether you think you're going to pass on it altogether. But yeah, I think he's a really, really, really cool. I like it. Of course, I do love some Superman. So yeah, I do got him choking out Batman and stuff like that. I know some people probably not gonna like it, but you know, I think it's a really cool look. And yeah, again, hope I helped you out in some way. Um, Let me know if you're gonna pick it up. Hunt for it. Maybe you already got it. Uh, that's it for this review. I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.